Now, and I don't think that there's time enough for a third-party candidate to come in. Not saying it wouldn't happen. I don't think there's time for one to come in and be effective before November. I don't.
Unless she's introduced like this. Please welcome Michelle Obama.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, like all signs are pointing towards that. She's popping up again.
Yeah.
She's rolling, but I can't even see how that. It makes no sense
If
to
the
me.
money's there, that's
Because
Biden,
I know, but it makes no
Biden
sense to
steps
me that
aside.
we would vote somebody's wife into office.
Yeah.
Well, she was just,
of
of course,
insane.
she was the first lady for 8 years.
But then first, so my wife has been my wife for 21 years. If I walked out tomorrow, she's not coming in here and doing the show.
Yeah,
Do you
but
want Mahomes' wife in as quarterback?
My wife has a master's degree.
So does Michelle Obama, I believe.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. My wife has a master's degree, and I am a college dropout. And if she came in here to do this job, she would fail miserably at it.
Yeah, but I don't think you can compare that's.
But I am, because it's one thing to say, like, would you let her be the CEO of a company tomorrow that she knows nothing about?
I mean, it depends what the qualifications are.
I
mean, she's like what, Harvard educated.
I'm not saying she's not educated. I'm not saying
she's just as qualified as any of the candidates that are running right now.
Yeah, but she has zero experience in politics. She has zero experience.
Neither did Trump.
Yeah, but Trump is an international businessman. He did the same thing.
She has international businesses.
Yeah. What?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah, but what does she run?
I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, she's also.
I don't know off the top of my hand. I also don't follow her
it's on
in
your
that
head,
capacity.
It's not at the top of your hand.
She's been involved in public service for 20 years.
Yeah, but being a first lady is like is just an arm piece.
I mean, to me, she's qualified. I'm not a fan of her, but she's qualified, if not more qualified than any of these people.
I don't. She was not an alderman. She was not a senator. She was not a governor.
Either were a lot of. Trump was president. He was none of those things.
She graduated from Princeton University and Harvard Law. She actually was the vice president for community and external affairs of the University of Chicago Medical Center. So she has some business background there.
I know a bunch of people who sit on the boards of hospitals that know nothing about how the hospitals operate.
She was vice president for the community, and she wasn't a board member.
I want a vice president or a president that can do what Trump does when he goes overseas and just, I mean, it's an ego thing, but when I see all the leaders together with Trump, they at least know what's up.
When he pushed that one guy out of the way so that he could walk first.
Bro, like that's what I want. I'm tired of all these other presidents doing all the same stuff over and over again, just wasting our money overseas.
I'm not saying Michelle Obama would be good as a president whatsoever, but she's more than qualified.
Yeah, I think she'd be just as good as some.
She's got more
better than others.
Yeah, for sure. She's definitely qualified.
What I'm saying is, as a voter, I wouldn't vote for anyone who has no experience in the last. Her experience is being Barack Obama's wife.
I mean,
for
she's
the
the
last
first
20
lady in the
years.
United States. That's kind of downplaying. Well, she's just the president's
But what did she
wife.
do? Would you vote for Melania?
She was assistant to the mayor in Chicago. She was assistant commissioner of planning and development.
I mean, she's been in public service her whole life.
Yeah, so you want to give her
director of Chicago Public Allies.
She's a community leader. You want to make her community development leader from the White House or liaison
I'm just saying
between.
what she has
But I'm telling you, that's what she's qualified for. And again, I think she's probably a very intelligent woman. She's Harvard educated. She's probably somebody who, if she sought out the presidency and went through the ranks to do that, I think that there's a possibility there. Donald Trump has been a businessman, a worldwide businessman, an international business dealer for 50 years. Like when we were kids, we knew who Donald Trump was. And tell me, you can't name a lot of other. Now that we have the internet. We didn't even have the internet before.
He was also born into that, and he's had countless failed businesses.
Listen, but it wasn't his. It was his father that gave him the initial money, but he turned that into a global empire. His father didn't do it.
Right. So that's that's why he's just as qualified as any of them.
His father was a glorified slumlord, and he turned it into a global empire.
The sad part
I'm not saying, like I said,
and when you have 1,000
I'm not saying
businesses,
he's not qualified.
When you have 1,000 businesses
Obama,
and 200 fail, that's not a bad record.
Right. But I'm saying she's just as qualified, if not more, than any of these candidates that are running or that even have held office.
Yeah, and I disagree with you because I believe that Nikki Haley.
Well, you say you're putting out there like her only accomplishment is she was the president's wife. That's kind of like
that's all that she's done in the 20 years.
But that's not true.
That's silly.
But you're not naming one thing that she's done that makes me
just
go,
named like
they're all throwaway jobs. Her being the
throwaway.
Read them again. Read the things that she was. She was
Uh,
community director.
yeah.
And she was
She's got a
named-
Princeton law degree.
She's
I know,
Parks
but-
and Rec.
She's got a Harvard law degree, and
Harvard.
she's still,
She-
but she's not practicing law.
An Ivy League law degree,
But she's
and
not
she's
practicing
qualified
law.
to be president.
Would you hire a lawyer to represent you that hasn't practiced law in 20 years?
There's,
Not
I
a
mean,
chance.
she's still Ivy League educated.
Nah.
Yes.
Ah,
Listen
come
to me.
on, man.
I'm not saying she's not intelligent.
Yeah,
I'm saying her qualifications to be
Are the same as everybody
yeah,
else
I'm
that
saying-
goes for that job.
people have been.
but it's not true. I
People
mean,
are-
her
It is
husband.
true.
Her husband was an alderman. He was a senator. He was he was a guy who
So first lady of the United States is not a job. It holds no qualifications.
Correct.
you get
You
that
go-
job
you
by
do
default.
nothing.
And
Correct.
working
What-
in a mayor's office isn't anything.
If you're
Does
not
she-
the mayor,
Is she working there, or they have they have
This
Barack
was,
Obama's
this was
wife?
Before this was before she was
Okay.
married to Barack Obama.
Yeah, I don't know what
Mm.
she did in the mayor's office.
Yeah, she was the assistant to the mayor.
we know those positions are groomed. You can look at Barack Obama's
Right.
whole-
So are
Listen, I-
senators. So
yeah,
are
no,
all. So
so
are
you're
all
saying-
government
She was
jobs.
assistant to the mayor in the most corrupt city in the United States,
Right, it's
Chicago.
not-
Not at that
qualification.
time.
Well, it's
It
still
is now.
corrupt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Listen, I'm not arguing that
I
she'd be
know-
good. She'd probably be
and
horrible.
I'm not saying
but
she'd be
she's
bad.
She's more than qualified than plenty of people that actually hold office right now.
I hate that I agree with you on that point. I just hate that the media has definitely made this. The reason why Michelle Obama is a genius pick is because everybody that hates
And-
Trump is going to be
Yeah.
like, yes.
On top of that, she's super charismatic, which just ask DeSantis how that worked out for in politics. Like some people, you don't even have to.
Yeah.
It's literally all about the presentation and how you can tie it up and put a bow on it and present it to the people, and they'll vote for it.
It's sad.
I also think that she, her charisma and her self-confidence is a huge turnoff to a bunch of dudes.
Agree.
Guys who are, whether or not they're intimidated by it or not,
Maybe
that is a huge turnoff to easily intimidated guys.
But another thing, and I don't want Michelle Obama to be
You
our
do.
president, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the people that have been a governor or have been this or done something
Yeah.
in politics and then became president haven't done a great thing. It's not like we've had all these great people. So it's not that was one of the big
Being a
Trump's,
senator does
one
not
of-
make you qualified.
one of Trump's biggest selling points was he's not a political guy. You know what I mean?
You-
He's not in
I-
politics.
Do you think anybody that votes for Michelle Obama isn't voting for Barack Obama?
what do you mean?
Like
No,
They're
vote-
voting for her because she's a woman. There's a lot of women
yeah.
that will vote for her just because
So
she's
why-
a woman that has nothing to do
So why are
with
they
Barack
voting for Nikki
Obama.
Haley?
Because she's conservative.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama was, yes, you're right, married to Barack Obama. So there's going to be a lot of that. She's black. There's a lot of that. She's a woman. There's a lot of that. She's a ally to the LGBT. There's a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Listen, I will-
It's not just
and
because
his
she's
popularity contest.
I
as
also want
well.
to say I thought that there was no way in the world Hillary Clinton would ever make it as far as she did.
Yeah.
And she's another one. She has sat on boards. She has been in politics. She's done the same amount of work that Michelle Obama seems to have done, which to me only brought her there because she was Bill Clinton's wife, a wife who stood by her husband while he cheated on her in the White House with an intern, and yet we still almost voted her into the presidency.
Yeah.
So I get
Well, she held
exactly what
office.
you guys were saying.
But
yeah,
no-
but she exactly why they let her run and take over New York, which she had nothing to do.
So
She's
she
from
could be there,
Arkansas.
so she-
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so they gave her New York,
Yeah.
and then so that she could have an entrance into the White House.
got that far because if you look at the record, she's one of the fewest people in the world that has like over 30 people committed suicide around her.
Yeah. I think you-
nobody cares.
I think you guys are trying to to be qualified to hold public office. The bar is not very high.
I
Yeah.
know you're
Right.
right.
Yeah.
You're
You
right.
can be
But
president. The
on
bar
purpose,
is not
though.
very
What-
high.
On purpose,
it
they
should
designed
be-
it to where you can be
But
a
you're
certain
saying-
age, and that everybody has a chance to do it.
But you're saying Michelle Obama is not qualified.
I'm saying she's done nothing to make me think that she would be a good leader.
She's done nothing that you would vote for, but she's definitely
No,
qualified.
But she's done nothing in politics to make me go, well, Michelle Obama handled that one.
in your
situation."
eyes.
Yes.
But the
A
other
voter.
people, but you're not the only
Yeah.
voter.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm not saying
You just don't
I'm
like
not-
Michelle Obama.
No, I
Right,
actually
you don't like women.
Michelle Obama an awful lot. I don't like you.
Oh,
You
man.
don't like women,
Yeah.
just
I like
in
you.
general.
If I had to
Just
save Michelle Obama, I would.
Listen,
I
if
would
she
let you
cheers
burn.
for sports, it's over.
Oh, I don't think she'd be good president at all, but I think she's definitely qualified.
Yeah.
I think Michelle Obama is great. Besides, when you look at her voting record, she takes money from the
Yeah.
common man and gives it to people that don't deserve it, in my opinion.
But I'm saying the argument is she qualified to run for office?
know.
No,
be the
yeah,
president.
I just don't
Yeah.
like her.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that shouldn't be qualified, but
Right.
they are
There's
because they were born in America and
something
they're
right.
old enough. And
I'm
they-
voting for Melania Trump in the next election.
Oh,
now.
There's
see what
tons of
happens.
idiots
How
out there
come-
that are holding office right now.
To America, to love America. Yes, Melania for president. Change the laws.